I'm really upset with, well, not just Ubisoft in general, because they've done a lot to be upset with this year.
I love Ubisoft.
No, but I'm really glad that they've been held to account. Like this year, you know, like they've really been, busted. We
had low rent Black Flag, didn't you?
Yeah,
Skull and Bones.
Skull and Bones. Oh my days! So that was a complete load of rubbish. Quadruple A. Was that this yeyear?
I think it was like February time. It was at the start of the year.
Cool. See, it's so forgettable.
Yeah,
I thought it was last year.
Yeah, that sucked.
That sucked massively.
Avatar was this year. Was that Ubisoft?
Avatar was this year. Yeah,
that was good.
Oh no, was it the end of last year?
I can't remember.
Can't remember either. But let's say it was this year.
I only bring it up because it's got huge PS5 Pro problems now.
Yeah.
Star Wars Outlaws.
Yes, which they've completely kind of like remade whole sections of the game in terms of like how it plays.
It was a hot mess at launch, like all Ubisoft games. It was really broken.
Yeah.
There was the 24H2 Windows
problem, which still isn't really fixed.
They've just hotfixed it. They've patched it basically, patched it up.
Yeah.
And then they decided that it's a stealth game. Let's remove the stealth parts of it, shall we, and just make it an action.
Okay. Should have done that at launch. Like that's clearly not the direction the people in charge wanted.
Yeah.
It's just a reaction to the gamers.
And then of course we had Assassin's Creed that didn't happen.
Yes.
Shadows got delayed.
Yep, you're right.
It's Prince of Persia Ubisoft.
Yeah. I was getting there with that.
Yeah.
So we've had all this stuff happening with Ubisoft and they've really dropped the ball on a lot. And they've been held accountable. They've been shutting studios down and all sorts, coming out publicly and saying we want to do better.
Yeah.
And that's why it was delayed, the Assassin's Creed, or should I say Samurai Creed. So, that one's been delayed because they want to try and make things better.
Ghosts of Assassin's
Samurai. And then they released 2 Prince of Persia games. So,
and they do this like weird kind of minimal marketing campaign. They did a really bad job communicating Prince of Persia Lost Crown.
The Lost Crown, yeah.
They did a really bad job communicating that game because it rubber banded back to Prince of Persia's of old. And it had this Metroidvania kind of style to it all of a sudden. They made a Metroidvania and it was like, oh wow, okay. It's cool. And the art style was great graphically for a 2D platformer. It looks really good. They did a rubbish job communicating that game.
Yeah.
And then dropped support from it. I think the reports from inside was within weeks.
Yeah.
They'd start pulling support.
Yeah. They'd done a DLC for it.
Yep.
And then they were like, yeah, we're done.
Yep.
And it's like, what?
Initially, the team wanted to continue working on more DLC content and a sequel.
Yes.
Which the game definitely deserved.
100%.
It is the standout Ubisoft game of the year.
It's the best game of the year from Ubisoft.
Yes.
Like, it absolutely is. It's a phenomenal game.
And I would say, I would hazard a guess that the people that dislike it haven't played it.
Yeah. They're the people that
fun.
automatically dismiss any 2.5D like side-scrolling game. Yeah. They just go, meh. But honestly, it is phenomenal. I'm a big Metroidvania fan, yes. So I'm the exact target audience, but the gameplay is so good.
Yeah.
Like, this game is really good. Like, it's so good I wouldn't expect it to be Ubisoft.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah, and it is a brilliant game. I bought it twice. I bought the DLCs. It's so good. But yeah, it's such a shame. And then they released the Rogue Prince of Persia,
which is like a hand-drawn version of the Lost Crown, isn't it, almost?
But it's a freaking, what's it called? The style of game. Roguelite. Yeah, which sucks compared to a Metroidvania.
Oh, massively.
It's not in the leagues. And the reason, it just baffles me that they canned off the Lost Crown and then kept this going.
And the Lost Crown looks better.
Yeah.
Like gameplay's better, the mechanics are better. Like,
it's
aesthetically,
got a story. It's got voice acting in it.
Yeah.
Like, it's got a full-on,
it's got cutscenes and stuff. Like,
you could spend like 50 plus hours in it. Yeah, there's cutscenes in it. The other thing's just like an automatically generated, procedurally generated level jumper. And it's like, yeah, okay. It's cool. But why release that so soon after The Lost Crown?
And should it not be the other way around?
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah, if they did Rogue Prince of Persia and you go, oh, yeah, okay, that's kind of cool. I'd understand the hate that it would get.
Yeah.
And then The Lost Crown came out, you go, oh, you've stepped up.
Yeah, but
that was quick.
Stepped kind of down.
Yeah, and so close to each other as well.
So close to each other. And then they canned Lost Crown and kept Rogue going. And I know it's by the people that made Dead Cells and stuff, but seriously? Like, what's the better game here? Play both, because I've played both. And tell me, because I know which one I'm choosing.
Yeah, so it was the standout Ubisoft moment, but it was also the standout Ubisoft moment is them doing a Ubisoft and like being self-destructive. I think they've been sued like 20,000 times this year.
How many times have they been sued this year?
Every time I do like writing the news videos, like I'm writing out the notes and stuff like the headlines this week. And it's like, Ubisoft have been sued again.
I think you started the news just because of Ubisoft being sued. They got sued that much. You're like, I'm going to have to tell people about it.
I'm going to have to tell people about it. It's hilarious. They are my source of comedy. As I said in the recent news video, if they're actually going to sort themselves out with Assassin's Creed Shadows, I think I might have to stop doing the news videos.
Yeah.
There's nothing left to talk about.
You've made it to the end of this clip, and we think it would be incredible if you
watch the full show. It's going to be linked right there, smashed between our faces. It's an hour long.
Yes.
We talk kind of slow.
We do.
About all things gaming.
Yes.
And, you know, it's like a new thing called a podcast. You should try it out sometime.
Try it out.
All the kids love them.
Oh, yes.